Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to the continuation of our natural magic. So empowerment is what we are moving on to now. Natural magic enables us to fully use our might and main in a creative way through spiritual empowerment. Spiritual empowerment is the harmonization of the body and mind with the all-encompassing power of the cosmos. It can be achieved by means of spiritual exercises that bring the functions of body and mind into alignment with each other, and then into alignment with eternal forces. There are 5 stages in the spiritual exercises of natural magic. You can do this as follows, or you can use your own. First, sit in an alert yet relaxed position, either with the legs crossed or with the legs beneath the body. Next, regulate the breath. Once the breath is under control, regular and slow, banish all unwanted thoughts. It cannot be easy at first, but try and withdraw your attention from all external objects and distractions. Suppress the inner mental images too. Then let your body and all its sensations gradually fade and become unimportant. It is possible to banish unwanted thoughts by concentrating on a specific thought. Perhaps the visualization of a symbol. This can be something spiritual that has personal meaning. It is best to find an appropriate personal symbol to use each time one performs this practice. Use it regularly, and it will become part of your consciousness. Once you are in a meditative state, the next step is sound in the form of chant or song. The sacramental energy present in words is recognized throughout the world. An appropriate chant, spell, or song that comes from within will rise that energy and empower the singer. Once the activity is finished, there must be a reawakening, a re-entry to the everyday world. This is accomplished in the reverse order, consciously bringing each part of the body and mind back to normality, functioning once more for the demands of life. The body, as well as the mind, will feel revitalized at the end of the process, giving a greater awareness of our surroundings and our creative possibilities. Elemental alignment. A good way of gaining a bodily and mental familiarity with the 4 material elements and the 5th non-material one is to use them in meditation. Like other magical activities, you should perform these meditations inside a protective boundary. Each time you work with an element, use the same technique. Begin with the densest element, earth, then proceed to the lightest, fire. In the sequence, it would be earth, water, air, and fire. Earth. Put some earth in a ceramic glass or a ceramic bowl, whichever obviously you prefer, and place it in a convenient location. Sit in your meditational posture and focus your attention on the earth in the bowl. Explore in your mind the many possibilities of earth, how it's symbolized by this small sample. When you have done this, allow your consciousness to enter the earth, become at one with it, experience its heaviness, its many variant forms and possibilities, and the feelings that they bring. Water. Pour some natural spring or well water into a bowl and place the bowl in a convenient location. As before, focus your meditation on the water. Explore its many forms: wetness, rain, streams, puddles, lakes, and the sea. When you have done this, allow your consciousness to enter the water. Become at one with it. Experience its fluidity, its many variant flowing possibilities, and the feelings that they bring you. Air, light some incense. It is best to use some that you've collected yourself, such as resin from a tall conifer. Burn it on charcoal in a fireproof dish, kindling it. Obviously, you have to strike it with fire, but a lighter or matches is not best used in a house, for example. But if you can do it, make sure it's in a convenient, safe space before you do. Then, focus your meditation on the smoke that indicates the invisible air. Explore the many forms of air, the atmosphere of places, breezes, winds, storms, hurricanes, and whirlwinds. When you have done this, allow your consciousness to enter the air. Become at one with it. Experience the freedom and motion and the feelings that air brings. Fire meditation. For this, light a candle using a match. It's always best to use a match in any magical circumstances and not a lighter. Use a fire-coloured candle, one that's deep orange or red or even yellow, the flame sort of spectrum. Watch the brilliant flame and focus your awareness on the qualities and forms of the fire and flame: heat, flickering light, red-hot metal, volcanic eruptions, and the power of the sun. Imagine yourself as part of the fire. Then, as with the others, experience the feelings that this generates. The subtle power. Sit, as before, visualizing the natural empowerment of all existence, the flowing energy matrix on which all things are patterned. You must vision it as ever-changing, flowing geometrical colours and forms, like the rainbow and patterns on the surface of a bubble. When you have finished with each meditation, direct your consciousness away from the objects. Return to full awareness of all things around you. When you begin, it is best to work several times with each element until you feel ready to move on to the next one. Once you have worked through all 5, you will find that your understanding of subtle realms has been greatly empowered. Magical journeys, they can be different for everyone. Usually they work with us inner and outer. The outer journey is similar to the inner, except it involves actual physical movement. The sacred pilgrimage is a classic example of this kind of travel. It involves travelling along a prescribed route, taking sacred paths, visiting holy places along the way. The prospective wayfarer must first come into the proper frame of mind and spiritual condition before beginning the journey. Once in this state, he or she will experience the unseen, spiritual side of the landscape, coming into contact with otherworldly realities. Outer journeys need to be equivalent of religious pilgrimage. However, they can be a spiritual exploration of a new area until the seeker finds a natural spiritual place in the landscape where you can sort of have a rapport with the unseen. The way of natural spirituality is an everyday path. You can't just put it aside and use it when you feel like you need something. Daily spiritual practices, no matter how short they may be, are important. They remind us of what we are and what we're doing. They also serve to rid us of unnecessary and unwanted thoughts, fears, and projections that may have been hid on us by others because we can pick up other people's energies. Negative energies tend to build up unless they are dealt with on a regular basis. Useful spiritual practices include acknowledging the day in the morning after getting up, cleansing rooms with incense before starting work, offering thanksgivings before meals, and relaxing with meditations in times of stress. Everything that has a physical life must die. At death, the body loses its might and main, all animations and awareness, and the spirit leaves the body. The elements that make up the body are released back to Mother Earth. The 4 elements depart in a specific sequence. The first element to be lost are air and fire. At one's last breath, that's when it departs. Along with it, the warmth of the body with the power of awareness and regeneration. Next, the element of water departs. The bodily liquids are lost, and the flesh is dissolved back into its material origin, the earth. All that remains, physically for any length of time, is the earth, as the essence of stone, the bones. These exist long after the rest of the body is dissolved, retaining some of the essence of the individual to whom they belonged. On a spiritual plane, what remains is the reputation of the dead person and his or her shade or ghost, which continues to appear in his or her old haunts. And that's obviously something that I am very much into and aligned with, being who I am and stuff. It's not new to me, all of this. I'm just sharing it with you. You can use it or not use it. It's fine either way. Everybody, like I said, has their own path and makes their own choices. So anyway, thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. Please hit the like, share if you can, and if you've not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Many blessings.